Hello everyone and welcome to the 26th episode of Nina and Knitting. I'm Nina and I live in central Finland in Jyväskylä. I'm married and I have 2 kids and a dog. I'm not on Instagram, but you can find me on Ravelry as Ninima. And we also have a Ravelry group called Nina and Knitting Podcast. And in there I have episode threads with show notes, an ask me anything thread, an introductions thread, and at the moment there's a knit along going on that I'm hosting. It's coming to an end at the end of this month, so that's in that Ravelry group also. Today it's a crappy weather outside, so that's why I'm inside, even though I usually do try to podcast outside, but it's rainy, it's gray, ugly, just hideous. Today anyway is Friday, November 24th, and I had my birthday day before yesterday, so I do have some stuff to show you that has to do with my birthday. I turned 43, so there was nothing special about that, but I did get some goodies. Today I have some finished objects. I have a couple of whips, and then some acquisitions. And this is my knitting podcast. A little bit of crochet every now and then some yarn related or knitting related products, let's say. All right, first of all, the finished objects. I'm not gonna do them in a chronological order because I have the cutest finished object ever, and I just want to share them first, even though I just finished them yesterday. Look at them. They are the best. I mentioned, I think at least last time, that my brother-in-law and his wife are expecting twins, and actually the twins were born this Tuesday, and I finished a pair of Panda Booties for the twins. This is of course for one of them. I'll have to see my notes. This pattern is called Crochet Baby Panda Booties by Croby Patterns, and the yarn I used here is Novita Cotton Soft. I have it here. I'll just show you in 2 different colors. The lighting is not the best ever, but yeah. So Novita Cotton Soft, which is 100% cotton, and I had it in this natural color and then the black. I used size 3.5 millimeters, so that's E in the States, I think, for the most part of the booties, but then the face and all these little things were crocheted with, sorry, just kicked the tripod. The little parts were crocheted with a 3.0 millimeter hook, and I don't think there is an equivalent in the system people use in the States for 3.0 millimeter. Anyway, they are cute, and I am going to crochet another pair, but this time I think I'll just use the white, and then I'll say that it's the polar bears. So the twins will have either a different pair for each So one of them will get the pandas and the other one will get the polar bears, or then, you know, one panda and one polar bear for each of the twins. They're a boy and a girl, so, you know, but I think they're just too cute. And yeah, I knew that the twins were gonna be here, you know, I knew it in advance, like at least from last summer. And I had plenty of time to do these, and I really decided to use this particular pattern very early on. But yeah, so now they're here. I'll have to crochet another pair and then send them, or possibly we'll go over and see the cute little babies, possibly in a week. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is what they're gonna get. Too cute, too cute. Yeah, so this is something that I finished. I finished sewing all the ears, and it was kind of a pain. The crocheting part was easy, but you know, sewing in the ears and the eyes and the tails, yeah, it's not my favorite thing to do. Anyway, that is really, really a cute pattern. So if you have any babies in the vicinity, or some of the relatives, or somebody you know is gonna have a baby, yeah, I can recommend that pattern. It's really cute. I think the yarn here is pretty lightweight, thin, whatever. And yeah, I'm a really tight crocheter also. I'm a tight knitter and I crochet pretty tightly too. So they are really small, like if you compare it to my index finger. So yeah, just for the newborns. If you use a bigger yarn or a heavier yarn and a bigger hook, then yeah, you'll probably end up with bigger booties. But these are just cute. And I don't know if they're gonna, you know, be easy to wear in the feet. If they'll just, you know, be able to kick them off their feet in a second, but they're cute. They're momentum. Okay, then let's do the chronologic version afterwards. The second finished object that I have, I don't actually have. It's a pair of socks for my daughter, and she's in the daycare. She's wearing the socks right now, or well, when they go out, she will be wearing them. So I'll just pop a picture in here. I didn't use any pattern at all. I cast on 48 stitches and did a 4x4, no, not 4x4, 2x2. What? 2x2 rib for her, and then I just knit on, and then I did the Kirby Werby afterthought heel and just the normal wedge toe, and then I did some double stitching, is it, to write her name. So I'll have a different picture of that here. But yeah, the yarn is Knit Picks Felici that I got from a lovely, lovely viewer from the States last winter. And I still have a little bit left. I'll be able to make her another pair if I want to, if I get around to do it. Yeah. Yes, it's really soft, and the colorway is called Tea Party. Really nice, really nice. Yeah, that's one of the finished objects. Then there is a hat for my son, and it's here. I can even wear it because it fits my head too. It's the same pattern I used when I knit my brother-in-law a hat that I showed in my last episode. The pattern is called Jacques Cousteau hat, and it's just 2x2 ribbing. And the yarn I used for this is Novita Horde. Ooh, what a glare! Yeah, Novita Horde, and you can see it in here. The sort of white or the lighter fiber in the yarn. So I have it in two colors, black and red. That is actually reflective. So it's not as good as a regular reflector, but it's a little bit of something. And my son wanted to have this turned rib. What? No, turn rim. Maybe. Yeah. Folded brim. God. And he wanted to have this red stripe in here, so that's all his ideas. I'm gonna use this red yarn to knit myself a hat. Oh, my hair is just lovely. I'll probably use the same pattern because I really do like the crown decreases that you really can't see at all, but you saw it better in the other hat that I showed you last time. So if you want to see it better, you could just go back or check my project page on Ravelry. I have all my projects in there, and I have some photos of them in there. But yeah, this hat sorry, it's from my son, and well, he's at school at the moment, but it's not cold enough right now, so that's why he has a lighter beanie at the moment. I use 3.0 millimeter, so that's US size 4 bamboo DPNs when I knit the hat. And for the socks, I should have said that I tried my new Zings 3.0 millimeter, which is US size 2.5 Zings, and I'm still a little undecided. Of course, that was a plain vanilla sock, so you don't need to do the cables and all that stuff that is not as easy with bamboo needles, because they do bend quite a bit, especially when I knit. So the Zings are better when you think about that. But yeah, they are metal needles. They are heavier than the bamboo needles, the DPN, bamboo DPN. So I'm probably gonna try both every once in a while and not fixate on either one, because I do like the lightness of the bamboo needles, even though they do bend, and that's not always that nice. But yeah, the things are they're good, but they do have a really different feel because they're so heavy. Well, heavy, but a lot heavier than the bamboo needles. Yeah, that's all that I had to say about those. And then I have a third favorite. No, actually, this is the fourth finished object. It's something that I hadn't even started last time, but I did mention it. It's my mom's shawl. I'm just gonna show it like this. This pattern is called Tokerau shawl, by Francoise Danoy or something. I really do like the pattern. This isn't stockinette, even though when you look at it from afar, you might think it's just plain stockinette and then some lace with a solid color. But when you look more closely, these that were called bud stitches, I think it looks really nice. They look really nice, really pretty. And then there is this lace part, which is absolutely beautiful. The yarns I used here are Walk Collection Cozy Merino, so that's 100% merino, and the colorway is Strawberry Cheesecake, and this red here is BC Garn Silk Balloon Fino in colorway number 4, which is sort of red, dark red color. And as you can see from the start, I knit more loosely at the beginning than I did when I continued. So that's why it's sort of a little baggy or something here at the beginning, because you start here in the middle. But I'm sure it'll be okay when you wear it. And then there was this picot bind off, a little bit of garter stitch edging, and then some picot bind off that you can't really see that well, but I didn't block the picots too aggressively. I did block the lace, and it turned out really nice. And also the bud stitch parts, I think look really nice after blocking. But yeah, we didn't bother with the picots because I don't think they were the sort of highlight or the main part of this shawl, because it's really nice. This weighs about 150 grams, the finished shawl, and I used, where are they? I used the project bag I got from Pohjanpalo. Really good for a 2-skein shawl. So this is how much I have left of the Walk Collection yarn. I wrote it somewhere. It's in my project how much I used of this. And then this BC Garn Silk Bloom Fino comes in 50-gram balls, and I did have to break a new one. But it was just when I started this last section, I had just a few meters, maybe a meter or two. Oh, I'm taking the tripod again. A meter or two of this of the first skein or first ball of this red yarn, and then I started doing the garters, and I think it was on the first row that I started the second skein. This could have been bigger. I think the instruction, which was a free pattern on Ravelry, it said you should have knit a longer garter part in here, but I didn't want to. I think it was, first of all, it was big enough. My mom, I don't think would have liked a bigger shawl. This, I think, is really like the biggest one she'll ever have. And yeah, I think it looks really nice with this sort of narrow garter edge here. But yeah, so I did have to start the second skein of this BC Garn Silk Boom Fino yarn. And in total, this shawl weighs 150 grams. It's really nice. It's really beautiful. I like it a lot. And yeah, so all the patterns that I mentioned, the Jacques Cousteau hat, the booties, the panda booties, and this shawl, they're all free of charge, free patterns on Ravelry. I used 4.0 millimeter needles when I knit the shawl. At first I used these, where are they? These cheap bamboo, circs with the bamboo tips. I bought a set on eBay, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I guess. And there are like 10 or 12 different sizes of circs in the set. And they were really cheap to buy. But, well, I did change into something better. So I did buy me some Chago lace needles, and they're 4.0 millimeter to 100 centimeters cord. So that's 40 inch cord and US size 6 tip, and they felt really nice. If you compare the tips of my bamboo needles and the Chago lace, you'll see that they are a little bit pointier. The metal needle is a little bit pointier than the bamboo one, and especially when you're knitting lace, which this needle was designed for. Yeah, it is very nice to have a very pointy tip of the needle. I don't poke the left needle with my right index. I just glide the stitches of the needle, so I don't mind the tip being pretty sharp. It's fine because it's no problem with me. It's no problem to me. But yeah, they are very nice. Heavier, yes, of course, because they're metal and not bamboo. But the cord is just so nice. If you compare it with this one, this is some sort of plastic tube, very, very catchy. Whereas the cord on the Chago is, first of all, it's a lot narrower. And then, of course, it's very slick, as are the tips. So it was a lot easier to knit a shawl using these circs, because you don't have to, pull the work as you're knitting on, and you have a lot of stitches on the needle. Really like them. I was a little I don't know, I felt a little bad and buying yet another set of 4.0 millimeter needles, because I did buy the set of Knit Picks interchangeables that I'm going to show you in a bit, just this summer. And I was like, do I need so many 4.0 millimeter needles? But I do. I do have a few works in progress at one time. And yeah, 4.0 is the size that I use when I'm knitting shawls out of fingering weight yarn. So yeah, I do need another set because I'm knitting a DK weight sweater. That is my reasoning. Yeah. Okay. So those were my finished objects. And for the works in progress. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the project where I have my interchangeable knit picks interchangeables. So this is my yin yang dance sweater, and let me try and find the progress keeper from last time. Can you see it? I have made maybe half an inch of progress. It's only because, you know, this one is for me, and the other projects that I've been working on have been for somebody else. And yeah, but maybe I can get this yarn to show in here because the light's so bright. Can you see that? I just love this yarn. So the yarn is Pâte de Velours Féline DK Crazy in colorway Bloody Cardamine. And oh, it is just so pretty. The sweater I'm knitting is Yin Yang Dance. Pattern is called Yin Yang Dance. It's by Atelier Alpha, and it's gonna be a really nice sweater. So I have finished the sleeves. I've shown them before. Both sleeves are finished. Haven't woven in the ends because I'm not sure if they are the right length. If I'll have to shorten them, then I'll just, you know, undo the bind off and do it again. But yeah, when I have time, when I'm not knitting something for some other people, then yeah, I can do this. But now at the moment I do have some Christmas knitting to do, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to make any progress on this before next episode. Oh yeah, I have my cable needle poking in here. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty, and it's gonna be really nice. And these are my Knit Picks Symphony interchangeables. This is, the tips are 4.0 millimeters, so that's US size 6, and you know, that's the interchangeable cord for the Knit Picks. They've been nice. I do like them. Yeah, that's, you know, the little progress I've made in this. Yeah, and then I have a beanie that I had even forgot to put in my projects just before I started to do this podcast. This pattern is called Apricot Basic Hat. This is how much I've done progress on it. So, sorry, still a little flu. So it's just 2x2 ribbing. These are 3.0 millimeter DPNs, bamboo, and the yarn I'm using is something I just bought. I'm gonna talk about that in a while. But yeah, this yarn is Sandnes Garn Alpaca. It's strumpegarn, which is sock yarn. But no, I'm not gonna knit any socks out of this yarn. This is 70% pure alpaca, 30% nylon, so it's very soft. This is color 1012, It is a sort of, I think it's maybe natural white. It's very badly blown out in here. It's not as shiny, bright white as it looks on camera at the moment. But yeah, this is gonna be a beanie for one of my nieces. I've been talking about knitting them some beanies for Christmas. I don't know which one. I'm guessing it will be for the smallest one because the circumference for this is not at all big. But luckily there are 3 of them, so it's no problem. This is supposed to be DK weight yarn, so it is. There are 110 meters in 100 in 50 grams, so that's 220 meters in 100 grams, which I think is DK, but it's not too plump, and it is very soft, but with this stitch count, this is a free pattern on Ravelry, Apricot basic count by somebody that you'll see on the screen. It doesn't say on this pattern, but there are 112 stitches here on the needles, and I'm guessing this will be for the youngest of the nieces, and she's 8. I think she's 8 or something. They all wanted white hats, white beanies, because I asked my sister, okay, I'm gonna knit them beanies for Christmas. What kind of winter coats do they have? What kind of colors would they like? Yeah, well, white. No cables or anything. Just a white beanie. This is just gonna be a long rib. Let's see if I can show you the picture at all. Yeah, I think you can see it. A folded brim, ribbed brim, and then some stockinette, and then roundy creases. That's what they wanted, so that's what they're gonna get. But I'm gonna have to buy some more different yarn for the older sisters. I don't have enough. I'm gonna see how much I use of this skein for the smallest size, and of course I can use the same pattern, just adjust the stitch count. But I didn't buy a lot of yarn, so of this yarn, and I didn't buy it in here in Jyväskylä. But yeah, let's just see what happens. But yeah, I'm knitting that, and so I'm pretty happy that I have started started knitting their Christmas Christmas presents, because I know that hats are pretty quick to knit, so I'll be able to get them ready if I just don't forget about it. Yeah, that's all that I'm working on, and I have been working on. Then for the last segment, okay, I'm just gonna talk about the knit-along, the Hatzel Folks Cal that I am hosting. So it ends at the end of November. There's a thread in my Ravelry group for chatter and finished objects, so it's all in one thread. There are about 30 beanies ready, I think, 30 finished ones or something, and I have 2 prizes, 2 different yarns that I've shown you before, so go and check the Ravelry thread, or one of my, last episode or something. Yeah, so that's going on, and I will close the thread on, at the beginning of December, and then I'll draw the prizes from the finished objects, or amongst those who have finished some. For the giveaways I had last time, I'm just gonna have to check my phone. There was not a lot of interest in Novita yarns, so um, so actually just one person said that they would like to have the self-striping. The only person who showed any interest in the Novita self-striping yarns is Heather 01851, and she lives in Massachusetts. So, Heather, would you please send me a PM with your full name and address, and I'll send you the yarn. And then Helike, who lives pretty close to me, I think maybe not even, maybe a kilometer from my home. She said that she could knit something out of, the other yarn. So, Helike, if you would PM me your address, I can pop it in your mailbox when I go and walk the dog. Yeah, that's those two things. That knit along still running for a week or so, and then the giveaways, I'll put them in the mail, or put Heather's yarn in the mail, and then I'll just go and walk the dog to Hilly's mailbox and put hers in there. Right, that's it. And then the last part, if you are not interested in stash enhancement, then I bid you farewell. But if you want to see something that I've bought, then yeah, stick around. So like I mentioned, last Wednesday was my birthday, and last weekend was the biggest crafts fair in Finland, and I read it somewhere online that it was the biggest one in Europe. The crafts fair in Tampere, it was the biggest in Europe. I think there was like almost 50,000 visitors. I'll have to check it. I did find it online somewhere. Yeah, and for a while I wasn't sure if I could go. Last year I wanted to, but well, for the reasons I explained then, didn't. This year I was really, really looking forward to it, and then all in all, just everything fell into places, and I was able to go on Friday. I don't have classes or work on Friday, so I just took the morning bus to Tampere, and the fair started at 10 a.m. I was there just after 10, and then I was walking around looking at beautiful, beautiful yarn. And we had a podcasters meet, sort of knit meet there. I was there for an hour, and then I went back to the halls and bought some more yarn. And then I took the train back home. So it was really nice day. I had anticipated that I don't have to worry about the budget, and I don't think I went that much overboard, but I did buy a few things. And well, first of all, the one that I'm gonna show you first is this great bag that I got from there. So if you read it from from afar, you might think it says I need a hug, but if you look a little more closely, I need a huge amount of yarn. I just thought it was hilarious. I saw the bag and I was like, oh, that's just too funny. But I didn't buy it right away. I did take some time to consider. I walked around in the halls and then I went back to get the bag. It was just so funny. But in the bag, I have the stuff that I bought. Well, one of them is not in the bag because it couldn't fit in there. But yeah, I bought one of these sort of plastic frames that you can use when you're making pom-poms. It wasn't expensive, and oh, sorry, just keep kicking the tripod. But yeah, that's one of the things that I bought. But then the yarn. Okay, they were giving these away for free. This is Sukkalehti, so it's a sock magazine that Novita has made, and there are 20 different sock patterns in here, mainly from Novita Seitsemän veljestä and Novita Nalle. But they're all right. Nothing that I just would have caught my eye and that I would have wanted to cast on right away. But maybe later. Anyway, that was for free. Was at the door. But then, where should I start? I'll start with the ones that I bought first. I've mentioned before that there's a sock knitting competition called Sukka Finlandia in Finland, starting next month, December 6th, which is the Finnish Independence Day. And Sukka Finlandia is kind of like Turvasok. It's in Finnish, and the patterns are in Finnish, and the platform where it's organized is not Ravelry, it's different. Anyway, we have gotten the lists of what sort of yarns we need for the patterns, and there's quite a bit of sports weight yarn, and I don't have sports weight yarn at all, so I just had to buy some. So these three are from Handu. These are Handu Paksukkis, which is 280 meters in 100 grams, and it's 75% wool, 25% polyamide, and the colorways aren't written here in the tags, so I have no idea what they are called, but they are Handu yarn, and there are quite a few patterns that use more than one color or more than one skein. So I'm just gonna see what sort of patterns they are, but I do think that these two look pretty fun together. This really like royal blue, and then this speckled pink. It's not as dark as it looks in here, but yeah, they'll look really nice together. And then there is this gray, dark gray, semi-solid, and I think it'll look really nice with the pink one also. We'll see what happens with them. but they're for this specific reason, for the Sukka Finlandia. And then I bought the yarn that I'm using for my niece's beanie. I did buy 3 skeins of it. So this is all Sandnes yarn, alpaca, yarn. And I bought 2 skeins of white and then 1 skein of this sort of the purple, violet, something. It looks blue on camera on my screen, but I don't know how it looks for you. I'm gonna try and take some photos and put them on Ravelry, and I hope that the color will show better in there. This colorway is 5,244. Anyway, since the girls all want white beanies, I'll have to buy some more white, maybe some different white, but I just thought that these 2 looked nice together. So if one of them would have wanted some small color work sections, they would have been really nice. These 2 together, they were on sale. There was like 3 skeins for 10 euros or something. That's why I bought them. And then I bought the charcoal needles that I already showed. And then there was this cute little pouch, which is like what I'm gonna use for Notions pouch. And I have a card somewhere. Not these. I could have been better prepared, maybe. No, it's not this. No. No. I have misplaced it. Because I think I did have a card for this, but yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna put it on the screen. But this is recycled material, and then there's, oh no, it's inside. It's, wow, it's inside the bag, the pouch. So yeah, so it's eco-friendly, and I thought that the seal was cute, so I chose this one. Yeah, that's for Notions. And then I bought some Drops yarn for myself. I think I'm gonna knit a beanie, maybe. So Drops Alaska, just 2 skeins of this. And it's 100% wool, and there's 70 meters in 50 grams. So there are 140 meters in these 2 skeins. And it's sort of a blue, dark blue colorway, number 12. So I'm gonna knit something, possibly a beanie out of these. And yeah, then there is, last but not least, the last 2 skeins that I bought was from Rouva Silmusolmu. She has an online store, yarn store, and she sells needles and all that sort of things. Yeah, they were just too good to leave there. This is her sparkle base, Säihkysukkis, which is let me check. It's 75, no, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 5% stellina, and you may be able to see a little bit of sparkle in there. It's not at all rough as some of the sparkle bases are. This is really nice, really soft to the hand. This colorway is something that I actually, can I show them to you? Maybe I can. Yeah, I've used this colorway before in her merino base. I'm wearing the socks and they don't look nice now, but I'm gonna show it to you in a while. So yeah, this is colorway called Aurinko, the sun, and this is Kirsikka, cherry. And I think these two look really nice together. They look, this is not as bright yellow as it looks here in this light. And this is not at all as orange as it looked, at least on my screen. I do apologize. I'm gonna try and get nicer pictures of them somewhere when the weather turns better. But yeah, I'm gonna be using these two probably in a shawl, not this year. And I do have a pattern in mind and I will need some more yarn for it. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but the sock that I'm wearing, oh, it looks really hideous because I've been wearing the socks quite a bit and I'm not gonna show you the soles. But this is how it looks knit. These are the socks that I have shown you before. It's I think it's a Harinik pattern. I have forgotten, but yeah, this colorway Aurinko is really beautiful. Has different shades of yellow and orange. And at least so far, it seems to be wearing pretty well. Just a little bit of pilling, but I do wear my socks all the time, even in my rubber boots. At the moment, I don't have. I don't have, or I haven't worn the winter boots that where I can fit a sock. But when I have been wearing my rubber boots, and yeah, I can wear socks with beads in my rubber boots. Why not? Yes. Okay. That is all. Is it? So I'm super psyched about going to the Tampere Crafts Fair. It was a great experience. I met some pretty fun people over there. I was really glad to see Sirpa, who's Rova Silmusolmu, and yeah, it was very enjoyable to sit for a while at the knit meet and just meet Lise Pearl now and some other people too. Yeah. I didn't have enough time, not by a long shot. I should have had more. My train left at 3 p.m. So, you know, but next year, maybe next year, I didn't even have time to go through the whole vending area, not even the ones that I had listed that I might want to go and check out, but I did go to the ones that I felt were the most important. So yeah, that was fun, and I was really happy that I got to go there and see some people and see all learning it. Yeah, I hope that tonight I'll be able to go to knit night at one of my local yarn stores. We have 3, and one of them is having a knit night tonight at 5. hopefully I'll be able to go there. But now I'm just gonna go and get something to eat and take the dog out. Clean, of course, all this stuff away. And yeah, I'm not making any promises. I know it'll be December before I will be able to podcast next. Uh, I always say maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and apparently it's more often 3 than 2 weeks. But yeah, that's last week I was pretty feeling pretty sick. I had the flu. My voice wasn't in a great shape. It's a lot better now, but I will have had to edit out some coughing because even now I'm not 100% in ship shape. Um, but yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I didn't podcast last week. Plus, I knew that I would be able to go to Tampere, and I did want to show you all my acquisitions. So that's one of the reasons why it took me 3 weeks to podcast before or after last episode. Um, when I go out, I'm gonna try and take some footage, and you will have seen it at the beginning of this episode. I'll put some video to the end of this episode from the weekend after my last episode. Oh, yes. So when me and my husband took the dog and our daughter to one of the forests, quite an old one, and you'll see some, quite a bit of trees that have fallen because of storms. But it was fun to go there, and it's a pretty steep hill, so we're climbing up and just trying to get some air. But I'll put some video at the end. That video at the end of this episode, and I hope that you'll have a chance to finish your beanies and put them in the cal thread. And I hope you're all well. And I'll see you in a couple or 3 weeks. Um, have a, have a good week and have a nice time. Bye.